Elections for the executive members who will serve on the Virgin Islands Civil Service Association have been postponed, and a call is going out to public servants to register with the association to become full members in order to vote in the upcoming elections. Acting President Stephen McMaster told JTV News on Thursday afternoon that the election had to be postponed because the current executive has not been dissolved, and this must be done before elections can be held. The dissolution of the current executive body will now take place on February 22nd. That date was initially carted for the elections, and the nomination of the members will follow thereafter.
As we were looking at the process that had been implemented so far, the executive sat down and realized that we had not officially dissolved the council as it stands. And so, having looked at that, we thought it's best to go over the process, and so we've postponed it using election date as the date that we have a general meeting to handle the dissolution of the current executive, and then we do the process of elections. We will be setting a date on the 22nd for when elections will take place.
Stephen McMaster explained that the territory's 3,000 plus public servants are automatically members of the Civil Service Association, but only those who are registered will have voting rights. According to the acting president, the actual amount of registered members in the association is under 300.
Occasionally, as government is looking at a policy, they're looking at whether introducing a new policy, whether it were the insurance or something. Government is looking at doing something that is going to impact the quality of the life of a public officer. That information is sent to the president of the association for feedback. Unfortunately, that information the president can only share that information and garnish feedback from full members. It is important that persons, though a member, be a full member, because some of the areas in which the issues are, they're public officers with the expertise, but I can only share that with a full member and get their input because they're the ones with a voice.
Speaking to some of the reasons why currently there are not more public servants showing interest in becoming full members with voting powers, McMaster said that many have concerns about being in the forefront discussing issues. However, he made it clear that only executive members take the forefront on issues.
Some people may have some concerns about being out in the public, but it's only the members of the executive who tend to be out in the public domain, so to speak. Persons, knowing that they are a member of the association, don't often understand why it is important for them to become a full member, to have that voice. I think for quite a while the association has been so quiet that persons are unaware that it is there. And so our challenge over the last 2 years have been one of trying to make sure that public officers know the association is there, and to know that the association is there for them as a public officer, and that there is someone there holding their back, someone there that they can count on when they have situations to deal with. The executive is there. Also, what we've also been doing is working. Recently, we've been able to get it going, and we are pushing more of benefits program so that public officers not just see the association there for adversarial issues, but as an association where public officers' contribution to the development of the country is recognized, and therefore persons who are full members of the association is able to collect some of these benefits within the territory.
The upcoming elections will seek to place persons in the posts of President, Vice President, Secretary, Assistant Secretary, Treasurer, and Public Relations Officer. The Virgin Islands Civil Service Association was established to be a voice for public servants and to ensure fair representation, terms and conditions of employment, among other things.